What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to walk you through how I put in my bilge pump on my custom Gheenoe LT10. We'll walk through it real quick and then I will show you how I wired everything. Alright, so real quick, this is my 2023 custom Gheenoe LT10 that I had built at the end of last year. It's got a 15 horsepower Tohatsu on it. I am very minimalistic. I do not like running electronics and everything. One thing that it was definitely a necessity that I needed to do was a bilge pump, and I finally did that. So today I'm going to run you through everything I did to wire in my bilge pump and keep it as minimal as possible and also keep the weight down. All right, so starting at the bilge pump. This is a Atwood Sahara 750 gallons per hour bilge pump. We have our hose, 3/4 inch hose, and then we have a through hole which will spew the water out of there. It is wired all the way from the rear to here. This is just an overview of the product. So this is the Cephapotter, I believe is how you pronounce it. It is a 12.8 volt, 8 amps lithium ion battery. It only weighs like 2 pounds. It's very small, as you can see. Compared to my hand, it's maybe 5 inches long at the widest part. It's wired in. I have a fuse here for the hot wire, and then I have a 3-way toggle switch there. I'll run you through how everything works, but just so you guys have an idea, because I know everybody comes to these videos and they want to see the product. So this is the Atwood Sahara 750 gallons per hour bilge pump. This is the through hole fitting. It's a 3/4 inch, just for reference. This is the 3-way toggle switch, holds up to 25 amps. I only have a 5 amp fuse on there because the Sahara 750, I believe, pulls like 2 amps, maybe 2 amps, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's not even going to use that much. And then this is the watertight fuse holder. This is just a safety. So if something go wrong, you would have that fuse to protect, in my case, the bilge pump or nav lights or anything like that. So these are just the products. That's just my morning coffee. Don't worry about that. So I will show you exactly how I wired everything in. Here is my 12 volt battery, right? So I have this wired. I have the black wire, which is, I believe, the neutral, is going straight to the bilge pump. I drilled a hole right through here in the floor, which you probably won't be able to see. I drilled a hole there. I ran the wire to the back. I sealed that hole up with a life caulk, which is it's like a silicone-based adhesive, or a caulk, so to say, that is watertight. You can use it above and below the water line. So that is simple. That's going straight to the bilge pump. This is your hot wire. So this is your hot wire. This is, just for reference, this is where my battery sits. It sits right in there. It's nice and snug. It doesn't move around a whole lot, and it's insulated. So my hot wire is running to the fuse. Fuse is running to my 3-way switch in the center right here. And then I have 2 wires that come off of that. This one up here is going to be my automatic bilge pump, because this bilge pump actually has a float switch on it. So that is my automatic switch. And then below is like an override switch, which I can turn it on whenever I want. So for instance, right now it is off, in the off position. So I can turn it on. You can hear it. Or I can turn it on automatic, which is going to control the float switch. So when I have it on automatic, when the float switch and the water rises, it will turn itself on, which is ideal for when you're just running around. This one right here, the below is just kind of like an override for me, and it's also like a safety. So if something were to ever clog the bilge pump or anything like that, gets debris in there and the float switch stops working, you can override it and turn it on. So, like I said, and this is the reason you have these 3 wires coming out of here. So the brown and white, I believe, is the manual override. The solid brown is the automatic. I could be wrong. It could be the opposite. The diagram shows you when you buy the bilge pump. So anyways, so the black wire is the one that I said also is just going straight to the battery. Very simple to wire it. This is just a 3/4 hose that I kind of heated it up and flexed it into the shape that I wanted it. And a lot of people might say, well, what about when you close the deck? Well, the deck has a gap on it that is actually made for that and also for fuel lines to come out. So my fuel line obviously comes out of here, hooks into the motor as well. But yeah, that doesn't get in the way whatsoever. This was probably the scariest part for me. It was having to drill a 1 1/8 inch hole through the side of my boat. Not the most fun thing to do, but you'll see that with that fitting, it comes out very, very clean. I mean, it matches the boats very well, so it doesn't look like any kind of like obstruction or anything like that. So it looks clean, looks good. And this is actually the way that Custom Gheenoe runs their bilge pumps on their LT10s from the factory. So that is the overview of how I wired my bilge pump. Like I said, this is a 750 gallon per hour bilge pump. It's probably a little bit overkill for my use. A lot of people run 500s. People on a lot of LT10s tend to run like the 1100 gallon per hour. Some of them run the 750. The thing is if you go from a 750 to an 1100 gallon per hour, you go from a 3/4 inch hose to, I believe, a 1 1/8 inch hose, which is quite big, especially for a small skiff like this. So I stuck with the 750. I think I'll be happy with that. You know, we're gonna test it out here in a few minutes and just show you how fast this thing will pump water out of this boat. So let's hook it up. We'll get some water in the boat and show you guys how it works. All right, guys, we got the water hose filling up the boat. I don't know how many gallons I've got in here right now. It's almost up to the center box. It's probably close to, I don't know, 10 inches deep in the back right now. It's fully submerged. Obviously, the drain plug is in. I have yet to run it. I have the water hose on full blast right now. So I'm gonna run this thing. I'm gonna put it on automatic and I'm going to just run it and see if it can keep up with the water pumping into the boat. So here we go. Wow, it is pushing some water out. So the bilge pump is hard at work right now. All right, it's getting down pretty low. All right, so the automatic switch just turned itself off. And then obviously I can manually override it, but it's having a hard time pulling water, so we'll keep it off for now. And it's got about maybe an inch of water in the bottom of it right now, so I'm pretty happy with that. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. I'll have a lot more fishing videos this summer for those of you that enjoy fishing videos, so, or boat videos in general. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace and ride safe.